there moving at 1/16th speed, but feeling all that pain in real time.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Loki Season 1 moments.
Let's just say,
What are you doing?
your salad is Asgard.
No,
in this scenario.
it's not Asgard.
It's,
That's
it's
my
a metaphor.
lunch.
Just hang in there.
You're amazing.
Can you shut the door? We still got a little bit of a situation here.
For this list, we're looking at the highlights of the first season of this mischievous Disney Plus series. Since we'll be talking about the entire show's events, it's time for a big spoiler warning. What's your favorite Loki moment? Shout it out with glorious purpose in the comments below. Number 10. The Lamentis-1 Long Shot.
You idiot! This is Lamentis-1!
I don't know what that means.
The moon that planet is about to crash into and destroy!
In the third episode, Loki and Sylvie are trapped on the Lamentis-1 moon that's about to be destroyed. The only way for them to escape is by reaching a spaceship nicknamed the Ark.
We have to get on that ark and make sure it takes off.
How?
We go round.
Their last-ditch attempt to get to safety is made to look like a continuous long shot. During the sequence, we get gorgeous CGI, fun fight choreography, and scenes of massive destruction. We can feel their desperation as they inch closer and closer to salvation. The beautifully shot scene takes a devastating turn when they watch the Ark get destroyed. A combination of great visuals and an unexpected ending made the Lamentis-1 sequence one of the show's best action set pieces. Number 9. Loki and Sylvie talk about love.
So, on the subject of love, is there a lucky bow waiting for you at the end of this crusade?
While Loki and Sylvie have some downtime, they decide to talk about their past relationships.
Love is a dagger. It's a weapon to be wielded far away or up close. You can see yourself in it.
It's a lot of fun to watch them compare their philosophies about what love actually is. Loki also made MCU history when he confirmed he's one of the few bisexual characters in the franchise.
You're a prince. Must have been would-be princesses? Or perhaps another prince?
A bit of both. I suspect the same as you.
As their historic and entertaining conversation continues, the walls between Loki and Sylvie start to come down. The scene is complemented by strong and subtle performances from Tom Hiddleston and Sophia DiMartino. Although we never thought we'd be interested in a Loki's love life, their conversation had us wanting the mischievous pair to find romance.
Maybe love is hate.
Just remember that. What was that? Love is hate.
Number 8. A drawer of useless infinity stones.
Oh, can you at least tell me what it is?
It's the Tesseract. Be very careful with it.
Since Loki used the Tesseract to get away from the Avengers, he planned to use it again to escape the TVA. After sneaking away from Mobius, he sees what he needs in a drawer. But that's not the only cosmic item Loki finds.
Infinity Stones? How do you have these?
Oh, we actually got a lot of those. Yeah, some of the guys use them as paperweights.
He was just as shocked as we were to see a drawer of infinity stones. Since the cosmic items don't work in the TVA, Loki could only stare blankly and absorb the fact that these powerful objects had been reduced to paperweights. It wasn't long since Thanos used just 6 of them to snap away countless lives. Seeing the Infinity Stones become irrelevant was a hilarious way to announce that there were more powerful forces in the MCU.
Is this the greatest power in the universe?
Number 7. Loki sees how his life ends.
What is this?
A sampling of your greatest hits, if I may.
Loki decides to take a break from escaping the TVA and use one of their machines to see how his life was supposed to play out. He first gets emotional when he's reminded he'll be the one to cause his mother's death. Loki also has trouble keeping it together when he watches his father pass away.
I love you, my sons. Remember this place. Home.
After getting to see a happy moment between him and Thor, his smile completely fades when he witnesses his demise at the hands of Thanos. Tom Hiddleston gives an absolute acting masterclass as he portrays a wide range of Loki's emotions. After showing how vulnerable the God of Mischief could be, we began hoping the former villain could escape his tragic demise.
What's so funny?
Glorious purpose.
Number 6. Hunter B-15 rebels against Ravonna. There was a time when Hunter B-15 would have done anything to delete a variant from the timeline. But her perspective changes when she finds out that the TVA messed with her memories to make her forget she's a variant too.
The timekeepers took your lives from you. From all of you. Your variants.
Shortly after Hunter B-15 learns this horrifying truth, she decides to fully rebel against the TVA and save the Loki variants.
For all time. Always.
Although she's taken out of the ensuing fight, her actions were still awesome. Hunter B-15's epic save allows Loki and Sylvie to defeat their enemies and expose the fact that the Timekeepers were just puppets. Ravonna and the TVA definitely paid the price for getting on this Hunter's bad side.
You freed the variant. You were disloyal to the TVA.
Disloyal?
Did you think you'd escape punishment for that?
Disloyal to who?
Number 5. Loki wakes up to 4 variants. We thought we lost Loki when Ravonna removed him from the timeline.
What is it?
Just when we thought we'd have to start calling the series Sylvie, he woke up in a post-credit scene. The scene became even more mind-blowing when Loki met 4 new variants of himself.
Am I dead?
Not yet. But you will be unless you come with us.
This brief post-credit sequence was a huge relief for fans. Not only did we have confirmation that Loki was okay, but Mobius, who had been pruned earlier on, was probably okay too. And we also got a glimpse at the best variant of them all.
And us as an alligator. It's best not to question it.
This post-credit scene ultimately made us breathe easier, while also making us incredibly excited to see what would happen next. Number 4. He Who Remains gives the Loki variants a choice. The finale reveals that the quirky He Who Remains is the one behind the TVA that Loki and Sylvie have been trying to take down. But in a major twist, he tells them he wanted to be found.
Every step you took to get here, Lamentis, the Void, I paved the road.
After spending countless years keeping the timeline together, He Who Remains wants to step down. But there are only 2 ways he can do that.
There's 2 options. 1, you kill me and destroy all this, and you don't just have one devil, you have an infinite amount. Or you two run the thing.
Loki and Sylvie must choose whether to maintain the TVA they hate or risk a multiversal war. Although they want to agree, the impossible choice ultimately tears them apart. The scene has tremendous high stakes and fantastic performances. The audience and He Who Remains were on the edge of their seats as the variants struggled to make the most important decision of their lives.
Sylvie, the universe is in the balance. Everything we know to be true. Everything. I know the TVA has hurt us both, but what if by taking him out, we risk unleashing something even worse?
Number 3. Classic Loki sacrifice. When the God of Mischief variants are sharing their backstories, classic Loki reveals that he escaped his tragic destiny by living a sad life away from everyone else.
I removed myself from the equation, landed on a remote planet and stayed there in isolation, in solitude, for a long, long time.
And after he tried to find his loved ones, the TVA pruned him. Classic Loki's experiences made him firmly believe that he wouldn't accomplish anything meaningful. But his outlook changes after meeting our Loki and Sylvie.
So just like that, you're turning on the very thing you devoted your life to.
It's never too late to change.
When the duo gets in trouble with Goliath, classic Loki puts his life on the line and uses all his powers to help them. It was wonderful to see him go from a jaded outcast to a valued hero. Although classic Loki didn't survive the battle with Goliath, we were glad to see that he went out with a laugh. Number 2, Alligator Loki bites his way into an all-out brawl.
He's overly sensitive like the rest of us.
Hang on. You're telling me that thing's a Loki too?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Fine. Willing to accept that.
Alligator Loki confirmed he was the superior Loki with one hilarious scene. After a president variant tries to take his fellow counterparts hostage, his personal army holds him at knife point. The Loki we've been following hilariously looks embarrassed to see versions of himself that remind him of his villainous days. Alligator Loki finally breaks the tense stalemate by biting the president's hand.
Why the hell is there an alligator in here?
He's a Loki!
This kicks off a massive battle royale between all of the variants in the room. Loki's facial expressions, the wide range of magical powers, and the pure chaos made for an extremely entertaining fight scene. While we don't see who comes out on top, we're just gonna go ahead and name Alligator Loki as the true victor.
Oh, he could be lying, the long con. Of course, that just makes him more likely to be a Loki. It's always the game within the game with you guys, which I respect.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few enchanting honorable mentions. Loki stalls for time.
My teeth were sharp, but my ears even sharper.
We're running out of time, Mobius.
Hold it. Just give him a chance.
Celebrating the fall of Pompeii.
Enjoy your last meal while you can. Nothing matters. Nothing has any consequence. Dance while you still can.
Loki becomes DB Cooper.
Miss,
Yes, Mr. Cooper.
you might want to take a look at that note.
Lady Sif returns.
You!
Sif!
You conniving, craven, pathetic worm! You did this!
What?
Loki and Mobius hug.
Thank you, my friend.
You're my favorite.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Sylvie frees the timeline.
But I'm not you.
After Sylvie wins a heartbreaking battle against Loki, she achieves her lifelong goal of eliminating He Who Remains. Since his presence helped keep new timelines from being created, his death has immediate consequences. We watch with the characters as tons of new realities start to emerge. This awe-inspiring scene is incredibly bittersweet.
No turning back now.
Who said anything about turning back?
Freeing the timeline cost Sylvie and Loki to lose practically everything they loved. At the same time, the new realities will give the MCU the chance to have a multiverse of stories and characters. Sylvie's heart-wrenching and beautiful choice gave us a pivotal scene that will likely change the entire cinematic universe.
But someone is coming. Countless different versions of a very dangerous person, and they're all set on war. We need to prepare.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.